Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am your host, Tom Downey. It is time for some live mailbag. And if we didn't get to your question, hit me up on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. From Cuba Cowboys, why Jerry Jones don't make any moves at safety? I think this counts in reality as an Earl Thomas question. Now, as a reminder, for today only, the boss said I could only drink during Earl Thomas Super Chat. So thank you, Cuba Cowboys. Now, to answer your question, it's not Jerry. It's Steven and Will McClay and Mike McCarthy more than it is Jerry. In terms of why they don't, I don't have a great answer for you. They just don't value safety play. Now, my suspicion here is that they want to see how the players fare once they stop making mental mistakes. And in theory, that's going to happen soon. Emphasize the theory part there because I'm not sure it actually ends up happening. All right, from Andreas Perez, do you think if if the secondary, I get it now, secondary, that was confusing to me. If the secondary plays like poop, it's time to sign Earl Thomas. Bottoms up. Look, it's not about the play of the secondary. The players on this roster, Darian Thompson and Donovan Wilson and Brandon Carr, and I guess Xavier Woods too, they aren't as good as the player of Earl Thomas. It's the person that Earl Thomas has become that gives the Cowboys concerns. They're not worried about him not being a good football player anymore. They're worried about him in the locker room. Now, if they keep losing games, they might reach the panic point or they're willing to gamble on Earl Thomas. But I want you guys in the comments to let me know, what is the percent chance that you think it is the Cowboys end up signing Earl Thomas? It's not 100. I think it is 25% at most. So let me know what you guys think down there in the comments. From DeLunatic, what improves first, our pass rush or our cornerback play? I feel confident saying it's going to be the pass rush. Now, those two units and their play styles are intertwined. If the corners play well, the pass rush looks better. That's just how football works, and vice versa too. But I think there's more talent right now on this pass rush side of things. Everson Griffin, I think he'll get there by the end of the year. Again, no real camp for him. Aldon Smith's been great. I worry about the interior guys because Crawford and Poe have one pressure each. DeMarcus Lawrence has actually gotten some pressures. I think he will be better as the year goes on, but I think it's more likely that Lawrence continues to get healthy and plays better. Aldon Smith keeps up his play, and Everson Griffin has a resurgent back half of the year. Then the corners suddenly get amazing. Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis, I think they are who they are at this point. I don't think they're going to be elite nickel guys. Heck, you might want to move Lewis to safety. Trevon Diggs will have his moments. Awuzie, I thought, was playing okay before his injury. I think the pass rush, though, I think that emerges first before the cornerback play, and that's what I thought was going to happen if the defense was going to play better this year. From Timothy Hetheringon, I think I got that close to right. How much better do you think the defense will be when Lee and Van Der Esch come back? I mean, I hope a lot, right? The issues right now for this defense aren't even like, oh, this player's not playing great, or this guy's not doing as well, or, oh, you miss LVE or Sean Lee. You miss just blown coverages. Like, that was the issue against Seattle. They just let guys have wide open touchdowns with no competition on those throws. That's I don't know if it's a mental mistake thing, if it's a scheme thing, probably a little bit of both. I think getting back the very smart players that Sean Lee is and Van Der Esch calling the plays can bring you will help, but I don't think it magically changes things. There's a lot of problems right now with this defense. From BOTO Winter, being a Steelers fan, 9-7 for the Cowboys, another first-round loss. A little weird to have a Steelers fan in here, but I'll tell you what, my friend, thank you very much for that. Now, the Cowboys are the betting favorite this week against the Cleveland Browns at home. The Browns have won 2 in a row against not great, which is me being very generous, competition. I think the Cowboys are going to be able to bounce back this week with a win. I already put my money on them to cover that spread, and you can do so too at BetUS. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code you see on screen. It's Cowboys125. That'll get you a 125% deposit bonus. What that means is, put down $100, boom, extra $125 coming your way for free. So check that out. It's at chatsports.com/bet. From Alan Williams II. Might be a dumb question. There are no dumb questions here. Well, there are some, but this is not, one of them. Why haven't the coaches given Francis Bernard a chance? Didn't he have a good camp? The reports were that, Bernard had a good camp. But in terms of giving him a chance, are you going to play him over Jalen Smith? No. Are you going to play him over Joe Thomas? Also no. You haven't played any other linebackers, unless you want to count Alden Smith as a linebacker. So you have him safe right now on the practice squad. You don't have to panic and pull him up unless something starts to change there, which if it does, he'll let you know, of course. So I just think that Bernard isn't a top 3 linebacker on this roster right now. They like Luke Gifford more, so that's your answer. All right, from Eric Rodriguez. Hey, Tom, I'm a big fan. Thank you, Eric. I hope you're subscribed. I assume that you are. Do you think the Cowboys will start to pick it up and get hot, or do you think that this is how we will continue? Also, Earl Thomas. All right, so first up, bottoms up. I'm going to speak positivity into the world. I think the Cowboys, with an easier schedule coming up over the next couple of games or so, will start to get going and get hot. All right, Zachary Marquez signed Earl Thomas to the practice squad and signed Eric Reid as a free agent. Okay, bottoms up. I don't think Earl Thomas's ego would allow him to sign to a practice squad. Now, sign Eric Reid as a free agent? Sure. But also, look, the safeties are so bad, if you're signing Earl Thomas, you're going to start him. Even if he doesn't know the scheme, you're going to start him because he's better than Darian Thompson. It's the off-the-field stuff that gives the Cowboys and the rest of the NFL concern. From my burner account, was it a mistake prioritizing Jalen over Byron Jones? In hindsight, yeah, it was. Now, I will be honest here. I liked giving the deal to Jalen Smith. I thought that was a below-market deal. The issue is Jalen has not been the same player since he got paid. You could have paid Byron if you wanted to. The Cowboys just didn't want to. They were never going to offer him close to what Miami ended up paying him. So, mistake to not add Byron Jones? Yeah, I think you really miss him right now in that back end. As a reminder, folks, if you have not already, we have 1,000 people watching live right now. So if you haven't already, and I know not all of you have, subscribe. We are live every single week. We don't just cover in-season stuff, by the way. We do off-season, NFL free agency, the draft for the Cowboys. No one will keep you more updated. So if you like the Cowboys, hit that big red button and subscribe. Speaking of the off-season, Andreas Perez, how much do you think Dak's contract is going to be? First question, when is it signed? If it's signed, before Lamar Jackson gets paid, if it is signed early, once he becomes eligible to actually sign, because he's on the tag and that window is shut until after the year ends, you are looking at $38 million per year as the absolute minimum. Nothing less than that, because Dak's staring down almost 38 on next year's franchise tag. And in all reality, it's probably going to be $40 million. It's almost like you royally messed up not getting him locked in at around 33-ish over a year ago. That was the mistake. They've waited too long, and it's only going to cost them more and more money the longer that they wait. All right, from my burner account here, he says, bring back Rico Gathers. He's simply trolling me. I'm not interested in it. It's not going to happen. Rico's not going to come back. From Darren Walker, feelings on the defensive line rotation and the linebacker play so far. I mean, in general, not great. Jalen Smith has been a good tackler. His coverage, especially man-to-man, has been a disaster. He cannot go side to side. Out routes and all that plays, they roast him. The slants, he's just not good at it right now. I think Joe Thomas has been pretty good. A couple mistakes here and there. The defensive line, I've seen some growth. But there's also been inconsistency. Everson Griffin had a great game 2, and since then, kind of iffy in game 1, game 3. Smith's been awesome. The biggest problem right now on this defensive line is that the Cowboys don't have any interior pass rush. Tyrone Crawford, Donzari Poe, Antoine Woods, Tristan Hill, they're not faring very well. So those interior guys have to get going, especially against the pass. So now I want you guys to grade Mike McCarthy through 3 games, and I think it's going to be fairly negative. A, B, C, D, or F. Nobody in the history of honeymoons has had a shorter one than Mike McCarthy and the Dallas Cowboys. I saw you guys after game 1. You were done. It took you 1 game to turn on him. I see D's and C's coming in, and at 1 and 2, maybe not that far off. I also do want to quickly shout out here a couple super chats that came in with no questions attached to it from Micah MC. Thank you very much, my friend. But Vincent Miner says, did anyone notice that our DBs did a much better job in the second half and we had no pass rush? Not the way I interpreted that game. Now, they didn't have the same Tyler Lockett blown coverage, but they also allowed big plays to Greg Olsen on 4th down and Greg Olsen on the goal line in the second half. And then a couple of other red zone plays, and, of course, the game-winning pass to DK Metcalf. So from where they were, I guess, sure, that was a much better job, but I still wouldn't consider like the defensive secondary's play in Week 3, even the back half of Week 3, to be particularly good.